have spent the last 2 days detailing the paintwork on this absolutely gorgeous 1993 Porsche 911, the last of the air-cooled 911s. And in this video I'm going to show you how to clean a carpet car mat properly with some detailing hacks that you probably haven't heard before. The interior of the Porsche is absolutely stunning, and it's proper old school Porsche build. We actually have metal dials, aluminium billets, proper leather and real wool carpet. So the carpet itself obviously gets the main amount of traffic in the vehicle, especially on the driver's side. I'm going to show you guys how to get that out and then wash the carpet using a wet dry vacuum or a shop vac. You're going to need a few items to clean the car mat properly. Hopefully you should have them at home, but you're definitely going to need a wet and dry vacuum cleaner. So I'm using a Shop Vac Micro 4 handheld, but any wet and dry vacuum cleaner will do. You're also going to need a couple of clean, dry microfiber towels, a small scrub brush, some rubber gloves if you don't like getting your hands dirty, a sponge. I'm using a simple dish sponge, a bucket. I've got 5 litres of water and about a teaspoon of dish soap in here, but any all-purpose cleaner, car interior shampoo or carpet shampoo will do the job. And last but definitely not least, you're going to need an upright vacuum cleaner with a beater bar or brush bar in the head. Now if you don't have one of these guys, don't worry about it. I'll show you another trick to substitute for it, but the first thing we're going to do is remove the dry soiling from the mat using this vacuum cleaner. 95% of soiling in a carpet is actually dry. All of this stuff that's falling out of the mat, that can be gotten out dry. If you introduce moisture to this right now, that would turn into mud and go to the base of the carpet. So rather than just throw water at this or indeed pressure wash it, which could be devastating for this particular carpet, I'm going to remove all of this dry soil before I do any wet work on the mat at all. Hence the upright vacuum cleaner with the brush or beater bar. And counterintuitively, I'm actually going to turn this mat on its face. I place the machine on top of the mat and I'm simply going to turn it on and move the head around so it's vibrating different points of the carpet and knocking all of that dry grit soil out. So I've been doing this for about a minute and a half. Let's see what it's after knocking out of the carpet. Okay. Right, well, if that doesn't prove concept, I don't know what will. So I'm going to brush this across and repeat the process. Okay, so a little less on the second run, but we're still getting grit out nonetheless. If you don't have an upright vacuum cleaner with a beater bar, that's okay. Grab the handle of a broom and literally hit the mat to knock the dry grit out. It's the same principle. It'll take a little bit longer, but it'll do the same job. Now what I'm going to do is turn the mat onto its face and use the upright vacuum cleaner to vacuum the front of the mat. An added bonus of this technique is that you're going to seriously annoy your wife or mother if you're grabbing her household vacuum cleaner to take it out into your yard and start vacuuming your car mats. She's going to think you've a newfound love of vacuum cleaning and try to get you to do the house instead, but you're going to have to tell her that you've 3 more mats to do because this is only the first one. So I'm now going to use my Shop Vac, my wet dry vacuum cleaner, just to give it one last pass over to get rid of any more of the grit, and then we're good to start washing the mat with our water solution. Now is probably a good time to show you guys exactly what's after coming out of the mat, and I'd estimate that to be about 30 grams of grit soiling in that little square area there. The mat looks so much cleaner already, and it's going to make it much easier when we go to our wet work with our Shop Vac to get this totally clean. Before I use my Shop Vac on the mat, I'm going to grab my nail brush and just groom the pile of the rug open and release any more big bits of grit. Also going to agitate the vinyl as well to get any grit that's in the grooves of the vinyl out of that, because I'm going to be using my microfiber on this in a few minutes to clean that. And I'm going to use my Shop Vac to vacuum all that up now. Okay, so I have my dish sponge and my my bucket of cleaning agent. As I said, whatever you want to use yourself. A decent amount of my cleaning agent, and I'm going to pat it into the mat. Also going to get the edges here because we want to grab any dirt that's in those edges. And I'm going to get my brush, and in one direction only, I'm going to brush the carpet through just to agitate loose any of the bonded soil. And I'm simply going to use my wet vac to vac it out. Now that's after leaving us with a pretty clean mat. To do the vinyl, I'm going to grab my sponge again, but this time I don't want to use nearly as much moisture, and I'm simply going to wash the mat out, getting nice and neat in between the lines on the mat itself and making sure to do the edges. You can see what's after coming out of that. It's pretty gross. I'm then going to vacuum this slurry out. And the last thing I'm going to do is wring out my microfiber towel and just pad down the vinyl. If you're enjoying this tutorial and you want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up too. It really helps feed the algorithm and show the video to more people. This process is after taking me about 15 minutes to do, even whilst doing a video for you guys. And we have a perfectly clean car mat. It actually looks fantastic. I finished this about 5 minutes ago and my hand isn't getting any moisture transfer from the mat, so I'm happy to put this directly back into the car. And the mat looks so much happier than when we started. I'm going to be doing more tutorials on how to clean car upholstery, car leather, and how to clean the carpet inside a car in the coming months. So if you want to get notified when we do that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and that little bell beside it. Carl here from Cleaning How To, the best way to clean a car carpet mat. Thanks for watching.